Well, I thought it was about time to head back to the dollar store. Welcome to the small Scape. Yes, we are heading back to the dollar store. Why? Because I was watching some sort of random short came up on my feed, and it was like I think it was like a DIY channel, and it showed a product that the dollar store, the Dollar Tree specifically, has. And my first thought was Fishkeeping. It was a random thought. I don't know if you'll agree, but there are a number of other things that I found. I'm very curious. Some of them are a little out there. I understand that, but I just decided to include them all, including some non-fish keeping things that I'm just gonna throw in. But don't worry, they come and go really, really fast. Don't worry. They're just things that they struck me as fun, so I thought I would share. But I hope you enjoy, and I hope that you tell me if you've used any of these, if you would try, because some of these I haven't even tried yet, because maybe I don't have the setup yet to actually try them out, but they're just thoughts that popped into my head, and I'm really curious. Would you try? Have you tried? Yes? No? You just let me know. It's okay. So let's get started. It's a beautiful day to go to Dollar Tree, and I will link my previous video. I did at least one or two other Dollar Tree fish keeping videos, but these are in no order whatsoever. I'm basically hopping all around the store. I'm going to start off with like my favorite find that I found here. I had no idea. This is going to give IKEA a run for their money. I did a video of closed kind of stacking storage that IKEA has. They're great. Love them for hardscaping. This would be great to organize some rocks. Of course, this does not hold a whole lot of weight like IKEA does, but driftwood, oh my gosh, these would be amazing. And I didn't actually get them, but I will be probably going back because I just need to know how many I need. They're a little tricky to kind of get them in the little feet in the slots, but absolutely brilliant. Love that they have this now, and like I said, it's going to give IKEA a little run for the money, and they're only $5 each, so you could totally organize a whole bunch of aquascaping supplies with these, or really anywhere. A lot of these things I really like for pretty much anywhere in the house. I mean, even for your for your kitchen or something. I don't know. $5. Let's just hop over to the hair care aisle. You know my affinity for hair care items in the fish keeping world. Well, they have these little rubber bands that I love to use, and they have them in different colors, kind of like driftwood colors. So these would be great around like little pieces of manzanita branch or little skinny branches. I thought these were perfect. Now, if they stay that color, I'm not sure, but this is kind of a would you could you. I'm going to leave this up to you. I thought that because these just come right apart, those little plastic things pop right off, and then you have a sponge that has a little hole in the middle. I was thinking it might work for slowing down a return. It was just kind of a thought. And then I have suggested these before, but I've only seen little tiny ones. These are larger ones to kind of do some algae scraping, some light algae scraping. You know, if you like to do that every few days or once a week and you don't have a lot of the really stubborn algae, these would work great, and they're much larger. This is an item I was super excited for because I was thinking it would be really nice to have, especially up in the carpeted area or even anywhere. If you have a hard surface floor, a memory foam bath mat, because it'll serve two purposes. Hopefully it is somewhat, it'll dry. The water that you get on there will dry at some point. I have not tested it. But the other thing is it's kind of spongy. So if you kind of have to be like parked on your knees for any while, you know, that doesn't feel great. This will definitely help. So this one, yes, it's coming with me. And a lot of these items, you know, if you've been there, it's either $1.25, $3, or $5, depending on what aisle you're in. But a lot of these are still bargains. This is another item I was super excited for because I need more step stools. This one is, it only holds up to 200 pounds, but it's foldable. And I thought I did a video of like opening it, but it literally, you just take it out of the package and it just unfolds. It's really wonderful. It's a wonderful little item. Quick fun item for those of you who are also obsessed with watermelon items in the summer. There you go, a little freezy thing. For those of you who like to use this material under a tank, I know we had a discussion on one of the live streams in the past, if people use these kind of little waffly things. Some do, so just as an FYI, they've got them. The section here is at the front, and I have not been here in a while, and I cannot believe how many lighting options they have, including this. This is an exact item that I would purchase from Amazon, and some of my first tanks that I did, they were illuminated from the inside out, and this is exactly what I use because you can submerge these, and they are really cool. There's always been other ideas I've had to illuminate tanks in crazy ways. This is another one. I did a tank that I kind of tried to mock up. Years back, they used to have these tanks that were kind of like all the rage that you would illuminate from the back, and I really like this one right here because you can change the direction of the light bar. It can either go vertical or horizontal, which I thought was amazing if you want to get that kind of cool look, and then you can just use wax paper on the top. I wanted to include this because this item is my favorite phone holder. We literally have these like five or six of them around the house. They're just literally everywhere, except they had one in white. So yes, I had to take the one in white because all of mine are black. If you're looking for a phone holder, I highly recommend it. I'm even going to give you a little demo to prove how wonderful this thing is. And I've only had one. Like I say, I have like 5 or 6 of these around the house. They're everywhere. And I've only had one that was a dud that kind of wouldn't hold the fold up anymore. It just kind of would fall down. I love these. And you can use your phone horizontally or vertically. There you go. All right, this is another one. Would you, could you? I looked at these and there have to be uses for these little darts. Just pulling out the little plastic tabs. My first thought was to cut them in half lengthwise and use them to kind of prop up a lid, a glass lid to a rimless tank, just in case you didn't have anything else. I don't know. Yes, we're back in the makeup aisle, and I am coming here for the item that I saw on the YouTube short. That's right. They're all the way at the bottom. I was so excited they actually had them. And yes, it's this little gizmo. It is silicone. It's made to hold some sort of makeup item, and I immediately thought of it as a shrimp net holder, because you know your net is wet when you pull it out. Maybe you don't want to put it on your dresser or whatever. Well, you put the wet net into that, and the holder sticks straight out, and it kind of contains the mess. I don't know. You could also use this item. It's got suction cups, and you could, instead of makeup brushes, you could use it to hold a bunch of nets if you have it over a sink or something. But I'm including this because it was a suggestion from a viewer, and I think the ones that she had at her Dollar Tree were clear. It was just like a clear plastic. But you know, if you're obsessed with this color as I am, you know, get the pink one. And this is just, you know, hair ties. You can never have too many hair ties because I always lose hair ties and reading glasses. I'm just including this because this is my absolute favorite pen. I have a box of these pens, and they are now at the Dollar Tree, of the pens. And the wallpaper options that they have, I mean, there's so many different uses that you can use for these. They're really cool. And the one that I absolutely love, they're frequently out of. That's right. I showed this on another video. But this, there's so many options to like DIYs and stuff to do with that. But I just wanted to say, you know what? Keep checking. I had to include this one too because what? I had no idea. In your car, your start-stop button, you can get a little bling circle. Isn't that funny? I just thought that was the funniest thing. No, I didn't get it. And does anybody else think that this would be extremely useful? I mean, we already have one down the basement, and you know, you can use these items to get socks from behind the dryer or something. But you can also use it if you have bigger tanks and you cannot reach the bottom to, you know, maybe you just don't feel like getting your sleeve wet that day. Have one of these on hand to get stuff at the bottom of a big tank. And these little cuties, they have a lot of wood die cuts. And am I the only one that sees like a betta fish there? It's a mermaid tail. I realize that. But if you were to round that, like the end, it's like a mobile. So you get 3 on 1. So that's 3 of those for $1.25. I thought this would be a great DIY for those of you who like to be crafty. You know, I thought that 2 of these could make kind of a fun little betta. It's just something that I wasn't going to include. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to. Just why not? I thought if you rounded the edges there, it's already got the little scales drawn on there. It would just be fun. You know what? Why not? And then another one you use 2 for 1 betta fish somehow. I don't know. You guys probably can figure out better, but it's just a fun thing. And we're in the cleaning aisle. Mine is all the way at the end with the brooms and whatnot. But these little tiny ones are so wonderful to have, especially when if you're doing any kind of aquascaping and you're going to get sand and gravel everywhere. Have one of those on hand. It seems like Dollar Tree every day is coming up with new options, sizes, colors of these little tiny little containers. But go with this one. You get 10 of them for $1.25, and you can't beat it, especially if you want to have these all ready to go for somebody who's feeding your fish, and you need, who knows, if you need 20, 30, 40 of them, you're going to be spending a few dollars. And then safety first, if you're in any kind of a fish room, wear some shoes so you don't step on like snail shells and stuff. A little bit of history for you. I actually had to get this because it cracked me up. Look at that. Look at what the original Coca-Cola bottle looked like. It cracked me up. And that's the evolution of the Coca-Cola bottle. There's your history for today. And I don't know why I included this. Oh yeah. Especially in the summer, it's just fun to have a pitcher. And I have tanks in the kitchen. So a pitcher is very handy. Not only can you use it to fill up, water or water your plants outside, but you can also fill it up and fill up your tanks. These little containers, I have to think of something to use for them. They're not red. They look kind of red on camera, but they're kind of like a coral color. And I thought they were just a really, really nice little size. But what really caught my eye was this. And these, I have quite a number of them. They work out. They're so perfect. Tiny little recycle bin. Yes. And they work. So you know what? If you want, you can go ahead and wheel them away to the curb if you want. But I have them everywhere. And then I was like, oh, good. I don't have to stick with the lime green. They have choices of colors. And they don't always have these. So when you see them, you have to load up and choose if you want the little garbage. It has like little pieces of garbage. Or they have the true recycling logo. It just depends what you're using it for. But I have one of these for tiny garbage in the car. See, it's a little wheelie bin. How cute is that? And little tip, if you're going to use it for a tiny garbage, because those of us who have tiny spaces need to think of tiny solutions, get yourself some of the little doggy bags, and that can be your little trash bag for your little wheelie bin. And of course, I went with the coordinating colors. And there you go. Great to dispose of your duckweed or whatnot. And then wheel it away when it's trash day. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what your favorite was, and I'll see you next week.